This is the total syllabus in a DC machine. Basic construction of a DC machine: magnetic structure, stator yoke, stator poles, pole frames or shoes, air gap and armature core. Visualization of magnetic field produced by the field winding excitation with armature winding open, air gap, flux density distribution, flux per pole, induced EMF in an armature coil, armature winding and commutation, elementary armature coil and commutator, lap and wave windings, construction of commutator, linear commutation, derivation of back EMF equation, armature MMF wave, derivation of torque equation, armature reaction, air gap flux density distribution with armature reaction. Basic construction of DC machine. The first topic is basic construction of DC machine. See here, these are the essential parts of DC machine. You know that machine is nothing but maybe a generator or a motor. See, the first part is magnetic frame or yoke. Second one, pole cores or pole shoes. Third one, pole coils or field coils. Armature core. Fourth one. Fifth, armature windings or conductors. Sixth one, commutator. Seventh one, brushes. Eighth one, bearings. These are the main parts of the DC machine. So this is the total diagram, isn't it? So this is the cross sectional view of the diagram. So in this you can see, so outside, so that we are having the stator part and inside a rotor part, inside a rotor part. So you can see yoke, so it is located on surface interpolar axis produced. So that is the dotted lines are flux produced. Pole shoe, you see the pole shoe. So this 70% of the rotor surface will be covered by pole shoe. Pole core, you can see the core, north pole, south pole. Here 4 pole machine, 4 poles you can see. Armature winding, you can see armature winding, that is a dot. So in armature, having armature slots in that armature winding. See, armature tooth, you can see these are the tooth in between the two slots, that called the armature tooth. See here, brush. Okay, so carbon brush actually, so they have been shown here. So block dots, that is a square shape. So that is the brush, so which is made up of carbon. See here, shaft. So at center, okay, we have to be connected with shaft. This is armature slot. We discussed armature slot. Here armature core. At the center part we are calling the armature core. See here, polar or field axis. So this axis we will study in armature reaction. See here, commutator. So commutator so will help you so to convert AC to DC. That is purpose we are using commutator. Field winding. So you can see stator field. This is north pole, south pole, the 4 poles. These poles having the winding, that is field winding. That is called main field winding. Okay, one is main field winding, second one is armature winding. So in DC machine having so 2 windings, main field winding and armature winding. So individually each and every part, so we will see. Next, see, this is the overall basic structure. So in examination, so you can draw this diagram. So the previous diagram, it is difficult to draw an examination. In examination, so draw this diagram. Is it clear? See here also you can see very simple way. So come to left side. So this is the yoke, that is the frame, outside frame. Yoke, you can see pole, field winding, armature, conductors, brushes, commutator. This is the terminal box, two-pole machine. See here, so field winding, air gap, armature conductors, yoke, pole face, flux lines. You can see the flux lines. This is the cross section of two-pole DC machine. This is the original diagrams and practical diagrams. So what is meant by yoke? See here, it is the outer frame of a DC generator. So it is the outer frame. It acts as a protecting shield for the generator. It provides mechanical support for the poles. Here, so what it will provide? Yoke will provide the mechanical support. Small generators, yokes are made up of cast iron. It is very important. So when we are using the cast iron, so for making the small generators, they will use the cast iron. Suppose they will go for large generators. In case of large generators, yokes are usually made up of cast steel or rolled steel. It consists of the pole core and pole shoe. So this is the pole core center and outer is pole shoe. It basically spreads out the flux. Okay, so in the air gap. So what purpose we have to use this field magnet? So whenever the current is flowing through the field winding, the flux is being produced in the core, that is the pole core, isn't it? That flux will be established or distributed through the pole shoe, isn't it? So distributed through the pole shoe. Have you understood? So here why they have been used this shape means, so in order to distribute more flux on the surface of the rotor, they are using the pole shoe. Is it clear? See here, due to its large cross section, it reduces reluctance of the magnetic path. You have to understand what is meant by reluctance. Before that, what is resistance? Resistance is nothing but it opposes the flow of current. What is reluctance? Oppose the flow of flux, isn't it? Okay, so here the reluctance will be more, so automatically the flux distribution will be less, isn't it? So that low reluctance material you have to be taken, isn't it? So then more flux will be distributed. See here, it acts as support for the field coils. So this pole core will be acting as a support. It acts as a support for the field coils, isn't it? So this is about field magnet pole coils, isn't it? So pole coils. So whatever be the outer surface, you can see right side diagram, that is a green shaded. Green shaded is called the pole coil. They consist of copper wire wounded on the former. Okay, so actually there is a separate part, so that is like a rectangular shape former, isn't it? So a former is nothing but it looks like a rectangular shape box or a thin plated box, isn't it? So surrounding of that we have to be wounded the winding, that is the field winding. That entire setup we can call it as the pole coils, so which is placed on the core. Current passing through the pole coils produce the necessary magnetic flux. When pole core and pole shoe, you can imagine what is the pole core center portion, isn't it? So you can see here north pole, north. So top portion, that is the pole core. So what is the pole shoe? Whatever be the extension portion, that is the pole shoe. You have to imagine, so these two, what is the, you have to know or you have to understand. So pole core and pole shoe. Is it clear? See here, both made up of cast steel. Second one, pole shoe must be laminated since it is close to armature. Why? Because here this pole shoe very close to armature. So that means it will be covered over or surface of the rotor, isn't it? Or armature. So you know that. So we can say the armature will be looking like a cylindrical shape, so it will be rotated, you know that. See here, pole core may or may not be laminated. So pole shoe distributes the flux uniformly in air gap. So what is the purpose of pole shoe? It will be distributed whatever be the flux generated so by the coil or the field coil. So first of all, which will be flowing through the pole core, then it will be passing through pole shoe. This pole shoe will distribute uniformly, okay, on surface of the armature. So this pole shoe will be distributed the flux uniformly over the armature. Next, flux distribution equal to flat topped wave. Armature core be looking like a front view circular shape. So on top view it will be looking like a cylindrical shape. Is it clear? So see here, the armature core, it houses the armature conductors, which means that the armature core consisting of the armature conductors, where here this armature consisting of the armature slots. In the armature slots we are placing the winding either in lap winding or the wave winding. So that way, so we will keep the winding in the slots of the armature core. See here, it houses the armature conductors. It provides a path of very low reluctance to the flux through the armature. So here also this armature core provides the low reluctance. If low reluctance means, reluctance is nothing but it opposes the flow of flux pi, isn't it? If low opposition means more flux will be produced. Next, it is cylindrical or drum shaped. So we have seen here it is looking like a cylindrical shape or drum shape, isn't it? It is generally built up of circular sheet steel discs or laminations providing natural cooling. So we are providing the holes, okay, there is a air circulation will be possible, so while it will be rotating. Very good. So here laminations, okay, so these plates have been laminated to making as a cylindrical shape. So here key, this is the key way. So have you seen, it is not looking like a circular shape, isn't it? So you know that, so key, isn't it? So in our houses also you are using some little bit, it will be extended, so over the circle, is it? Shaft rotates automatically, armature also will be rotating, isn't it? So for that purpose we have to use, so that it will be helpful for making the keyway, so it will hold, okay, so very perfectly of the shaft. See here, it is generally built up of circular sheet steel discs or laminations approximately 0.5 mm thickness. Armature core, so whatever be the cylindrical shape, that over we can call it as the armature core. So you can see the diagram, all of you see the diagram. This is the tooth, you can see air duct, you understand, this is the slots by placing the armature windings either in lap winding or the wave winding. So this is the shaft. See here, armature core is mounted on the shaft and it is cylindrical in shape. What is the shape? It will be looking like a cylindrical shape. It consists of slots on its border and the air ducts permit the airflow through armature for cooling purpose. Okay, here what purpose? That is the natural cooling. We can also call the natural cooling. Next point, armature core provides house for armature winding. So this armature core entire setup, what purpose we are providing? For armature winding. So that is armature conductors. So to provide a low reluctance path to the magnetic flux which is produced by the field winding. So here definitely this armature, isn't it, so will provide the low reluctance, so that opposition of the flux will be less. It is made up of magnetic material like cast iron, so bigger generators, large generators, and laminated construction to keep eddy current loss as low as possible. Here why we have to be done the laminations, these eddy currents, isn't it? So you know that, so eddy currents means, so whatever be the current is flowing through the winding, so that current will not passing through the armature. Have you understood? So if you not provided proper lamination, so that some of the current is flowing through the armature, isn't it? So automatically total flux produced by the armature winding will be reduced. Is it clear? So for that purpose you have to do good lamination, so that eddy currents will be decreased. This is the armature winding. You can see on right side armature coils, armature core. Okay, at the center we have the armature core, is it will not shown clearly. See here armature windings. These armature windings, you know that, so two types, lap winding, second one wave winding. Here in lap winding, what are the points you have to be keep it in mind? See here it is very important, number of parallel paths. Okay, number of parallel paths, capital A, equal to number of poles. In case of lap winding, so number of parallel paths equal to number of poles. Okay, that is equal to number of brushes, isn't it? So in, see here, suitable for high current low voltage machines, wave winding. Here see the diagram, number of parallel paths equal to 2, which means that irrespective of number of poles, the machine consisting of 2-pole machine, 4-pole machine, 6-pole machine, that means irrespective of poles, the number of parallel paths in wave winding is 2. Okay, so for wave winding blindly you can write it, parallel paths A equal to 2. See here second point, suitable for high voltage, suitable for high voltage low current. So next commutator. So see here, so what purpose we are using the, so commutator. So you can see the diagram. So we are getting actually, so in, so AC current, isn't it? So it facilitates the collection of current, so from the armature conductors. First thing is, this commutator will collect total current from the armature conductor. It converts AC current into unidirectional current, that means the AC to DC. This commutator will convert AC to DC. Next, it is of cylindrical structure and is built up of wedge-shaped segments of high conductivity. So high conductivity. So which type of material they have been used? So which of the material having high conductivity, they have to be used for making the commutator. See here, segments are insulated from each other by thin layers of mica. So here, so later we can see commutator segments. So what will be the, so mica portion also we can see. Next point, number of segments. So how many number of segments, so we have to use it. So later we will see the diagram. So number of segments equal to number of armature conductors. Commutator acts as a rectifier in generator, isn't it? So rectifier is nothing but it converts AC to, so DC. So commutator act as a inverter in motors. These are the brushes. We can see carbon brush, brush box, you can see each and every part. So flexible, pigtailed. So what is the purpose? We can see here the brushes mainly used for, they collect current from the commutator. So which current? That is the DC current. So they collect, so current from the commutator. So they are usually made up of carbon. This is the important point. So brushes are made up of carbon or graphite, carbon or graphite, and or in shape of rectangular box. Okay, rectangular block. So you can see the main diagram. So it will be looking like a rectangular block. So next point, they are housed in the brush holder. They are housed in brush holder. You can see in the diagram. So number of brushes per spindle depends upon the magnitude of the current to be collected from the commutator. It is bearings, isn't it? So you know that. So what purpose we have to use the bearings? They are frequently employed because of their reliability, isn't it? So it is important. So here ball or rollers. Okay, so generally bearings means you have to use the small balls. Okay, steel balls or the iron balls. Okay, you can also see in bicycles. So wherever be the pedals, it will be rotating our wheels. So they are using the bearings. So once again, so tell me all the parts. Okay, what are the parts we have discussed? So that is first thing is yoke, pole core, field coils, armature core, armature windings, commutator, bearings, brushes. Okay, so this is the entire cross sectional view of the DC generator.